Did you know? A famous British chef once gave a recipe on live television. But when viewers followed his instructions word for word without proper sequencing, they created something so terrible it became a viral meme. Why? Because he didn't use clear sequencing words. Today, we're making sure you never become that meme. Let's master sequencing words in cooking English, the way native speakers actually use them. Here's the mistake we see all the time. Once you add the eggs, then stir the flour. Wrong. This is grammatically painful. Why? Because once means something different than then. Once means when something is already completed. You can't say, once you do something, then do it. That's redundant and confusing. The correct version? Once you add the eggs, stir the flour immediately. Or, first, add the eggs, then, stir the flour. See the difference? Native speakers never mix these up. You shouldn't either. Listen to this disaster. First, preheat the oven. Then, mix the ingredients. Finally, bake the cake. Sounds okay? No, there's a huge step missing. The correct version? First, preheat the oven to 180 degrees. Then, mix the ingredients in a bowl. After that, pour the mixture into a baking tray. Finally, bake for 25 minutes. See? We added after that to show the logical sequence. Without it, your recipe feels rushed and incomplete. Native speakers use after that to build a story. It makes instructions clearer and more professional. Don't skip it. This one makes native speakers want to hide under their desks. First, cut the onions. First, heat the oil. First, add salt. Stop. First only appears once in a sequence. After that, see what I did there? You use then, after that, next, or finally. The correct way? First, cut the onions into small pieces. Then, heat the oil in a pan. After that, add the salt and onions together. Finally, cook until golden. Much better, right? It's not lazy English. It's professional English. Variation is your friend. Here's where native speakers really shine. When the water boils, add the pasta. Technically okay, but weak. The strong version? Once the water boils, add the pasta immediately. Once shows that the first action must be completed before the second action happens. It's about timing and dependency. Another example. Once the cake is cool, you can frost it. Not when the cake is cool. Once sounds more authoritative, more like a real chef. This is crucial for cooking because recipes depend on precise timing. One moment too early and your dish is ruined. Master once, and you sound like you actually know what you're doing in the kitchen. Alright, let's test you. Here's a broken recipe. First, chop the garlic. First, heat the butter. After that, add the garlic. Finally, cook until brown. Can you spot what's wrong? Take 30 seconds. Got it? Here's the fix. First, chop the garlic. Then, heat the butter in a pan. After that, add the garlic and cook until brown. See the changes? We removed the second, first, added, then, and simplified the final step. Practice this pattern with your favorite recipe. Comment below with your version. Native speakers will be impressed. Or at least they won't cringe. That's a win. Party popper.